In recent months, you may have noticed an increase in the number of disturbing stories coming out of Nigeria. The West African country has been plagued with different issues, chief among which is insecurity, and recently, a rather contentious ban on popular microblogging site Twitter. Recent weeks have seen an increase in violence in the eastern part of the country, which was the region seeking secession during Nigeria's civil war. The country is divided along several lines: politics, ideology, socio-economic status, religion, and more, with increasing concern about her continued unity, concerning statements and actions by some of her leaders and the level of poverty exacerbated by COVID-19. It is a good time to look into how the country got here. Over the next few weeks, we'll be looking into Nigeria's history, how that continues to affect her, and the options that exist for the people. At the African Conference, now known as the Berlin Conference, which officially kicked off the scramble for Africa, one of the things agreed upon was that in order to own and retain power over a particular territory, there was a need to have effective control or be overtaken by a competitor. The governing body over the area that was to become Nigeria put together a committee which submitted that there was a need to consolidate their territory as it was bound on different sides by the French. This meant the coming together of the Northern and Southern Protectorate, the two Nigerias. Even then, the country was split along regional lines, but that did not affect the nationalist consciousness and oneness of her people. In fact, in 1959, as the country warmed up to the independence, the NPC and the NC came into a coalition. These two parties were representing the northern and the eastern parts of the country. Yes, there was a world not up to a century ago when the North and the East agreed to team up and rule the country. Although the history books credit the then colonial Governor General James Robertson for pushing for that, the truth is it worked. The NC and the NPC formed a coalition, while the Action Group became the opposition party in the country. It is important to note again that even then, there were differences. The regions were not necessarily united in the things they wanted to focus on, and that can be seen in how their parties presented their ideas of a better Nigeria. NC, somewhat socialist in its approach to governance, focused on human rights and a liberal democracy. The NPC, unapologetically pro-Northern Nigeria, highlighted agriculture as the way forward. They were conservative and spoke to the need for female-centered medical efforts. The AG drew on the needs for free education, structural changes in the country's makeup, and revised minimum wage. These differences notwithstanding, the country was united in their pursuit for a strong Nigeria. Voter turnout for that election was an impressive 79.5%, and the general polls of the time read that the people were satisfied with the government that they got. How did we go from that to what we have now? A lot has happened since then. In our next episode, we will look into salient moments in history like Operation Wetie, the coup eras, and how that has led Nigeria here. To share your thoughts, do use the hashtag #NCTheFuss. As always, thank you for watching.